chair.
Me too.
This thing is the most
All right.
uncomfortable, like. Ugh.
Well, we got about an hour-ish, roughly, of recording time. So, anyway, welcome everybody to yet another episode of the GAJ Podcast, and that's what I'm sticking to. The GAJ Podcast. We are here this week recording episode 5 because when we recorded the actual episode 5 last week, my dumbass forgot or just didn't know how to use StreamYard properly and didn't record the episode. So
Dumbass.
Here we are, episode 5 again. Different.
They'll be forever known as the lost episode.
The lost episode. Yep, that's what it's going to be called.
I can dig that.
Yeah. And we're starting off with issues with microphones and lighting, except for Alex because his room is dope. So you know.
Right.
But yeah, here we go. Here we are. First full week of April, roughly. We're through Easter. I'm a year older. And we have a new topic this week. So I'm going to go and start off. Topic we're starting off with, and I don't know how many topics we'll get to, but we're going to start off with streaming. So I don't know about you guys, but I watch more streaming stuff than I do like live TV. So
100%.
I don't even want to ask the question, do you prefer streaming over live broadcast? Because I think we all know what we're going to answer. So the first question under the topic of streaming is, do you stream a series or do you stream movies, preferably?
It's going to be yes to both.
That's fair, but it's Saturday. You're not going anywhere. What are you probably looking for first?
I'm looking for a series every time. I only have the attention span for like 10 minutes. So like pushing that 22-minute like series episode length, it kind of pushes it. Because the reality is that like ain't nobody got time for that anymore. Like the amount of friends and people that I know that sit around and just smoke weed and just watch stuff like just doesn't exist anymore. People just like consume content, right? So you're either like reading something or looking at something, and you only have enough time usually to do like a 2-minute. Really, the 1 to 2 minute videos on YouTube are where it's at, and then from there you can go up a little bit to like a full like series episode for like 20 minutes. But that's about.
Well, YouTube has shorts now, so if 1 to 2 minutes is past your attention span, they have ones that are like 7 seconds.
Yeah,
you get 7 seconds of joy.
If you're getting all the way into the shorts, I mean, you can consume that anywhere. You can consume that on YouTube, Facebook.
Just get that
Instagram.
dopamine hit of like content.
Yeah.
Like that's all I got time for.
So Johnny's going series because he has a short attention span, and he actually just went past series and went all the way to 1 to 2 minute shorts.
Yeah, 1 to 2 minute videos.
That's as long as he can pay attention for. Did we lose Alex?
I think we did. Fort Beach Internet got it out. We can keep on keeping on though for a hot minute.
We can keep on keeping on.
Because I mean, what do you prefer? Are you like a shorts?
Yeah.
Do you stick with your 9-second Instagram reels, or do you go?
I'm a serious kind of guy, and partly the same reason for you. Like sometimes there are the nights or days that I have a limited attention span, but also with a series, if I get zeroed in, if I get focused, then I can just binge the hell out of that thing, man. I can watch a whole series. I can watch multiple seasons, right?
But you kind of get hooked on it in the first couple minutes, right? Like, if it doesn't get you like fast, like if you don't get hit with those big dopamine hits, like within the first like couple minutes, you're just like, Like I'm rewatching the
Just
series Silicon Valley on HBO
Huh?
Max, and
Six.
it's like it's
Yeah,
real
I
fast. They hit that. They
oh
have the short punchlines. I like it a lot. It's really good.
yeah. And again, I'm sorry, I was double communicating. I was kind of multitasking there. And now I'm gonna send Alex the link again. But yeah, so with the series, yeah, I'm either hooked in the first episode or um I'm watching I might watch half the episode and then move on to the next thing.
Mhm.
But ultimately I like the series. Generally speaking, I like the series because yeah, I can watch one episode, I can watch a whole season, I can watch multiple seasons depending on how much time I've got.
The pro and con is the length. You can do
Yeah.
the 10-20 minute episode or 4 hours,
Yeah.
6 hours, 8 hours. Season 4, episode 23.
Yeah. It's totally the slippery slope effect. And I fall down the hole all the time. Shorts are a little bit too short for me. Like if I'm working, I'll start on shorts and that might become a rabbit hole. There's Alex. Let's bring him back in on into the
You
podcast.
start on shorts.
Welcome back.
Hey, so
Yeah,
my set is so janky that if I hit a cable, my webcam goes out.
I don't think you're using your mic, Alex.
Ah, damn it. Hold on.
But yeah, shorts are a little too short. They become a rabbit hole if I'm at work because I'll just keep scrolling through different shorts. But shorts and sometimes YouTube videos become kind of the same. I've got to like queue up the right ones. Otherwise, it just becomes background noise. So we're still on series versus movies. Johnny went series. He actually went shorts. You were here for most of that. I went series because I can watch one episode. I can keep watching for a whole season. And if I have a weekend, I can watch a whole, like multiple seasons. Shorts are a little too short. Movies can be a little too long unless it's a movie that I genuinely want to watch. And I can't do that at night because I will probably fall asleep.
And if you miss something in a series, you miss a little portion versus like if you miss something in like a movie, if you miss like 3 minutes, like you have to go to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, but that's part of the
You
medium
can't pause it,
of
but, like,
streaming
in a
in general.
movie,
You can pause it or rewind it. So that's I think that's why we all like streaming.
If there's a series I'm interested in, then I'm always going to the series. Otherwise, I'm scrolling through the different streaming services and say, what do I want to watch? Then I just go, oh, just go to YouTube. I'll go to YouTube and I'll watch a trailer for one series or one movie. And then I just end up going down a YouTube black hole.
I have gone down the YouTube black hole. I do that quite a bit. Usually that's a Saturday morning for me. I'll sit there and think I'm going to watch 1 or 2 videos and then go to the gym. And then 4 hours later, I'm still watching YouTube videos.
They need to call it that. They need to call it a black hole. Like they need to have a little link that's like up to the top right above like the next video that would play in like the playlist and be like, do
instead
you want to go down the black hole?
Like, I totally that'd be awesome.
Yes.
Quit calling
it. I do. I'm in the mood.
Call it the black hole or call it the rabbit hole because that's where you're going down. That's what you're going down.
And the funny thing is the Google like their Google Fiber mascot. Like if you got the first 10 in the neighborhood or city that it was installed in, is a little rabbit. It's like a little special rabbit, I think, that's in the front of your yard that you can put in the front of your
yard. Alex, I still don't think you're using your mic. I'm not sure.
I had to mute because I had to cough.
Oh, well, it's still not going through your mic.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
But in the end, I think
the monitor arm like that with the mic, so I don't have to do this.
Yeah, I want to do that soon. Although I tend to move around a lot, I start shifting, so sometimes in some ways, I think the headset's better for me. But I think the consensus for our group is, for the most part, series. So, to all of you out there in podcast land, feel free to comment on somewhere. I think we're only on YouTube right now, so.
Yeah.
We're going with streaming. What do you like to stream? Series, or movies? Comment below, comment why, and comment if you think
comment your
all
favorite.
three of us are like dumbasses.
Yeah.
So I think we're all on the consensus of series. What kind of series are we watching, boys?
Man.
A genre or particular topic or
Sci-fi,
subject matter?
fantasy. Those are my go-tos.
Yeah. Okay.
I like watching things about science fiction, like science related or space related, about like the future
okay.
or like fantasy with magic or whatever. Things that they can't really do yet in like a live action series.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
There you are.
All right, cool.
That sounded a little bit more like
I hit
a
one
good
chord
sounding
and flips up
microphone.
everything.
Flick the mic and see if it no.
Flick the bean.
Yeah,
Flick
flick your bean. Nope.
Oh, there's a padding on it, so it's not going to make a sound.
Don't flick the padding. Flick the back. Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Oh God, I think the dog's getting some zoomies around here. Are you getting the zoomies, puppy? Yep. She
gonna
does.
bark?
Nah, she doesn't really bark. She just starts running around and tossing a toy like an alligator, like breaking the neck of something, like smacking back and forth. That's what she does with her toys, and then throws them against stuff. Alex, on your streaming series, what sort of subject matter are you watching? Are you watching? Johnny was on the sci-fi, futuristic stuff. What genre are you going?
I like that. I do a lot of sci-fi, Star Wars, or comic book related stuff, or even just some type of random shit that they put together. But a lot of times, what I choose to watch is based on what people recommend to me. Like right now, I'm watching Shogun on Hulu because I got a free month of Hulu subscription because I just created a new email so I could get a free subscription, a free month, just so I can watch Shogun. And I timed it just right because the show started in February and it goes to the end of April. So I just let it build up until I think April 1st is when I signed up. I'm like, cool, I can binge and catch up with it, and I'll watch the last episode right before my subscription ends or my free trial ends.
All right, so you guys are going the kind of the sci-fi route, superheroes and whatnot.
But there's also like other stuff. There's like Ted Lasso and other stuff. Shrinking stuff that's comedy related.
Yeah, I think we all watch at least a little bit of everything, right? It was just kind of, what do you typically going for if you're just searching? What are you typically stopping on? If you're spinning the wheel and you can stop anywhere on the wheel, what are you picking? For me, typically it's going to be more of the documentary style, and more specifically like either true crime or war history, like true accounts of war.
Okay.
War and military type stuff. I don't know why. Not a criminal that I'm going to admit to. And I was not in the military, so, but it's all fascinating to me, especially, man, the crazy like murder mysteries. Wild, dude. Wild. Mm-hmm. We're actually watching a series. I think it's on HBO Max. I can't remember the exact title, but basically it's body cam footage. Dude, that shit is crazy. Like body cam of like police officers and SWAT team members, not so much the military guys, but the law enforcement. And then the true crime stuff, the murder mysteries. We've been into like serial killer type stuff. The series on those particular ones, like TBK, Jeffrey Dahmer, Marilyn Manson. Watched a bunch of those. Although the series we're watching right now a little more actively is, have you guys heard of The Gentleman?
Is it a movie?
It is a series on Netflix. It's about this family who, like, the patriarch dies, and in his last will and testament, it's an English family, so like British royalty type stuff, privileged life type stuff. Mm-hmm. He wills his title and fortune because he's a duke, to the second son instead of the oldest son. So that becomes an issue. And then I don't want to spoil it too much, but they find out a lot. They start finding a lot about the businesses that their dad was running and earning money from after he's dead. One of those is a huge like marijuana growth and distribution operation that's like underground on their land. So it's, and that basically the son that inherited the title and the wealth and the estates. This isn't going to give it away too much, but he's sort of attempting to get his family out of the crime business and into more cleaner avenues of business. So it's it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Breaking Bad, and that he does the criminal organization business to make money first or to maintain the income, but ultimately wants to find an avenue out of it. But it's like I don't know. I'm not that far into it. It's like he's like kind of getting addicted to it. So again, kind of like if you ever watch Breaking Bad, Walter White kind of gets addicted to the practice, right? And the cloak and dagger part of it. And then obviously the money coming in from it. Even though this is a royal family with a fortune, I think what he's also finding out is their fortune is not as extensive as he thinks it is, and a lot of that fortune is coming from the criminal activity. So yeah, kind of interesting. Still getting into it, but it actually took me 2 episodes. So kind of going back to why I picked series, I got about 3/4 of the way. I actually watched the first episode twice. The first time, it lost me within like the first 10 minutes. Second time, I powered through it, the first episode, and probably about 3/4 of the way, I had enough interest to watch the next episode, and it started to build up, and it's a lot more interesting now. So
I would be more interested in it if
I
Batman
recommend it.
showed up.
If Batman showed up,
Yeah,
okay.
stop the criminals. Oh, maybe Spider-Man. Who knows? Maybe someone pulls out a lightsaber and says, "Fuck you guys."
I do get into the Marvel stuff and the superhero stuff. If during the COVID lockdown, I watched all the Marvel movies up to that point twice. First time was in release date order, and then the second time was in like the Marvel timeline chronological order, if that makes sense. And if we ever have another lockdown, I'm gonna do that again, and then I'm gonna, if it's long enough, I want to do all the DC movies too.
I got a good question. What are the best TV shows that you watched during lockdown?
Ooh, yeah, okay, that's a good one.
I'm gonna jump right in on this.
Go for it, Johnny.
I've been making my passengers rewatch some of these things. So like, I've been putting on Too Hot to Handle, Love Is Blind, and Tiger
Oh
King.
my gosh!
In the lift, I'll just like put it on the screen and they'll. And you know what's really funny is like, especially when like drunk girls get in or they're like going from bar to bar, they're just instantly like, "This is the best."
Like, just keep driving past the bar,
dude. I can't even tell you how many have like been like, "Do we have to get out? Like, can we?"
No, just
Can I
keep
finish this episode?
And I've stopped and just stayed like in front of the place while we all watched the rest of an episode, like 10 minutes in front of a bar in Newport Beach. And the people are coming out. They're like, "Get out of the fucking way, dude." And we're like, "No, we can't. We can't. We have to finish."
There's only 2 minutes left.
The Whaler hates me, dude. I swear. They're like shining their flashlight, like, "Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, man. You're loitering."
He's just crazy, like, "Yo, this is a dope episode. Can I come in?"
Yeah. Tiger King has to be on that list for me. That was like one of those.
It's
I don't know
slow.
why
If
I'm
you
gonna watch this,
rewatch
but
it,
everybody
it's slow.
keeps. It's
so
what?
It's just slow. Like if you rewatch the Tiger King, you'll be like, we sat through every episode of this.
Yeah.
Did we really? But like back when it came out, it was like really engaging, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this idiot gonna do?"
Yeah.
next?"
Like what?
Right?
What are? Yeah, everybody kept talking about it, so I was like, I have to watch this. Johnny, I think you were here. I think you watched it here at my place.
Yeah. Episode
And
2
yeah.
was terrible. It was so boring, and I
The
think they
entire
go over
thing
the
was
song that
terrible.
fucking Joe Exotic made to fucking sing about Carol Baskin killing her fucking husband.
That was awful.
who and rewatching some of this and having passengers in the back, we have looked up to see where Joe Exotic is today, and so we can confirm that he is in jail currently.
Say he's in prison still, isn't he?
But I think he got out for a little bit. I think he got out
that I
for
don't
like
know.
a short little period of time. But he has been
I-
tweeting President Trump, fucking Kim Kardashian, anybody with any pull at all, like get
trying
me
to
the fuck
get
out
them
of
on
here.
his side. Yeah, I get that. I believe that.
I never
Her
watched
that was
Tiger
just-
King.
Carol Baskin's husband came out of hiding. She was hiding from him. He was hiding from her.
He wasn't dead? She
No,
didn't
he's
feed him to
not
the
dead.
tigers?
Dude, she had him
Wow.
like on a leash, like a legit leash, acting like a fucking big cat, like doing some weird shit, man. So there was a whole
That's
thing
awesome.
there. He basically, I think he ran away from her.
I believe that.
Don't like
Hey,
take
I
that
think
as
I'm just
gospel,
relieved.
but
I can't believe this. I'm saying this. I'm relieved that he's alive.
yes,
I'm relieved that he's alive.
Where did this show take place?
Arkansas, Oklahoma, Alabama, Arkansas. I think
it was
it's in
Arkansas. It's
'Cause he
floated
ran
out
for
to
governor.
Oklahoma. It was Oklahoma.
Was it Oklahoma?
He was in Oklahoma, but like there was another guy that was in Ohio. Carol Baskins, I think, what might have been in Arkansas or Mississippi or Louisiana. I'm not even sure.
Carol
But-
Baskin killed her husband, whacked him. Can't convince me that it didn't happen. Carol Baskin.
But yeah, that came out at the most perfect time because it was so absurd.
Dude.
If you started watching it, you just couldn't stop because it was just like I have all the time in the world because I can't go anywhere. And what the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
So you watch the whole thing.
And
It
the
was the
only
most
thing-
terrible.
Oh my
It was the
God.
most terrible show ever, and we all watched it all the way through, probably in one shot, because it was COVID and we had nothing else to do. Now, on the other side of that, so we talked about Tiger King. One of the greatest series I ever watched, as far as the documentary, also came out during COVID, and that was The Last Dance.
Yep.
Now, I'm a little bit biased. Born in Chicago, raised on Chicago teams, especially in the 90s. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, man, the Bulls. That was the team of the 90s. And you can take any sport you want. The Bulls were the team of the 90s, no matter what sport you were talking about.
Mhm.
But The Last Dance was an amazing series, especially if, like me, or a kid that was born in Chicago and raised as a Cubs fan, Bears fan, Bulls fan. So The Last Dance, it was incredible. I would watch it again. Unlike Tiger King, I will probably never, ever watch that again. Unless they
Don't
come out with a
do it.
series 2 or season 2 or whatever. And if
Think
they
about
did,
The
don't
Last
tell me
Dance.
about it.
I think with The Last Dance is it needed to be about, I'd say at least 2 to 3 more episodes longer because they didn't cover enough of the team. So I'd be on YouTube like maybe a year after the show came out, and it'd be like, well, here's a continuation of it. And someone would add like, here's Luke Longley, and here's his story, or here's Ryan Harper, or here's Jordan going to the Wizards.
Yeah, but I mean, in all fairness, the series was about that last season. That was the focal point. All the stuff that they showed about previous seasons was more the lead up to that season, kind of showing the building blocks getting into that last season.
Yeah, but they could explore Ryan Harper and Luke Longley because they're for these last
Agreed.
3 seasons.
I wouldn't disagree with that. Yeah, and I think there is stuff. Obviously, you've looked it up. There is stuff on YouTube where they have interviews from Luke Longley, from Ron Harper, from some of the other Bulls. Sounds like Luke Longley and Michael Jordan didn't get along. I don't know, but regardless, awesome series, awesome documentary. If you like sports, if you like dynasties, it's a cool one to watch because arguably the 90s Bulls was the greatest dynasty of all time in all of sports. I'm sure some Yankees fans are going to chime in there at some point, and the Patriots, but I'm still taking the Bulls repeat three-peat dynasty all day long.
Same here.
Again, those of you out there in podcast land, we talked about series of movies. Do you go series of movies? What type? And we talked about lockdown. What did you watch during lockdown and why? And do you regret it? Like maybe a lot of us do that watch Tiger King, or would you do it over again and watch The Last Dance for the third, fourth, fifth time?
Or would you rewatch Too Hot to Handle? Let us know in the comments below.
That one I don't know. I don't know Too Hot to Handle. I think
not familiar
Ashley
with it.
knows that one. Yeah,
So
I don't know
good,
that one.
dude. So funny. The first season was like top tier.
Is that up there with like what's the show she watches all the time?
It's the best dating. I guarantee you she will know like the very first episode of Too Hot to Handle cast.
Too Hot to Handle.
You never saw the meme of the guy who had the cockroach fly into his face while he was doing an interview?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh my God. I'm going to find that.
Is it a real
is this a
cockroach?
show that's kind of like, is this like a dating show or is it just like the one that Ashley watches? It's called Below Deck. And
That's
like,
a really
this is
good
the
one.
Yeah, I was to say, if you like, it sounds like you probably like that show. Awful. Alex,
So this
if you ever watch
dude
Below Deck,
is
you'd be like, these people are such
I have
terrible.
no idea what that
people.
is.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to. I'm sorry for anybody out there that likes Below Deck, including my fiance, but it's terrible TV. Also, my opinions are my own. I do not, none of the three of us ever have or ever will claim to be experts in any of the topics we talk about, or legal advisors, or financial advisors. So
God, how do I make it?
take all of our topics with a grain of salt. We're just out here having some fun.
Oh, I got to play this. Hang on. I got it. So give me a second. We're going to present. All right, everybody, just take a second and remember Too Hot to Handle, RIP. Oh, how do you do the Jew Star one? Whatever. Anyways. Okay. Share screen. Fucking.
It's got 5 seasons.
The only one that's good is the first and the second. Okay, so can you see
What's
it?
it called? Too Hot to Handle?
Too Hot to Handle. Can you see it?
Yeah, let me add it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So he's doing this, like, he's talking to this chick and he's talking about
Scottie
his
Pippen?
feelings and this bullshit. And he's like, he's a professional football player, right? So he thinks he's all super hot shit. And so, like,
Play it again. One more time.
It was out
Play
there
it
for
again.
the world to see, and it's the biggest meme for dating on the internet.
Play it again one more time.
Oh God,
that happened so fast. Oh man, it's right on his head, isn't it?
Yeah, they're talking.
Is that the end of an episode? Is that like it just ends here?
Yeah, it's pretty much the end of the episode.
That's so good.
Oh my God. You want to watch it one more time?
It's only a few seconds.
Sure. One more time, just because the way he just like.
That's the meme right there. Is like his face is. That's literally the frame that they cut when you see the meme on the internet.
If I didn't think there was going to be some sort of copyright infringement, that would be our thumbnail.
Oh man, if we were ever going to get demonetized for anything, that's for sure.
All right.
It's gonna be.
Well, it's a good thing we're not monetized.
There's no
Hard
sound.
out.
I think you can play clips.
But just in
Lots of-
case,
There's audio. You run into trouble.
credit for that video clip goes to Netflix. Thanks, Netflix. All three of us are paying subscribers, as far as you know.
I paid a bunch of Netflix. I do.
We
They do
too.
not do free trials.
They do not do free trials.
No.
But we still
But I
love
would
you,
like a
Netflix.
free trial
We still
link
love
if we can get one. So, anyways, I
yeah.
feel like that was a pretty
Cockroach
good
on the head. That was a good one.
All right, hold on. I didn't get mine. So I tried a lot of TV shows. Some of them I gave up on. Some popular ones I gave up on. One that I heard was really good and I tried out is stick with the sci-fi theme.
Mm-hmm.
Or going back to the sci-fi theme, was a show called The Expanse, which is on, I think, Amazon Prime, if I'm correct. So it kind of looks like a show that's up my alley. So I started watching the first season. Thought it was slow as shit. It took me, I'd say, about a month to get through the first season because I kept stopping and then going back and saying, well, what if I watch another one? So it took me like a month or a little bit longer to watch the first season. And then once the second season hit, it just picked up. And I got through like the next 4 seasons in 2 weeks because it was so good. It was that good.
Powering through.
And then they released the final season during lockdown. So I got to finish it up.
What a great time to do that.
And then one more show that I now put on as one of my top TV shows of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big fan of The Office. I never
British
really
or
watched
American?
American. I've tried British. I might try again, but it's been too long. So I never watched Parks and Recreation, but I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. I thought it was okay, but I didn't even finish it because for some reason I just couldn't get into it. But then another show that was around that time was a show called Community. Gave that show.
That's a good one.
Show, fucking love that show.
I don't think I ever watched that one. I heard it was good though.
It's not the same as Office and Parks and Rec, where it's like documentary style. It's just single camera, kind of low budget. It seemed like they're low budget.
It's super low budget. Yeah.
Very like
hilarious. The cast in it is like top notch.
Oh,
the
perfect.
Cast is fucking awesome. They're
oh my
so
god,
fun.
yeah. Chef's kiss to the
That's
cast.
That's not the one where they all work in like it's not Walmart, but
It's a college.
Like
it's
Walmart.
like a
It's
community
called
college.
community because they go to community college.
Yeah.
okay.
guess they call it
Okay.
community. Their group dynamic is just off the scale. Because you have Chevy Chase in there, who's an asshole, both in real life and on the show. What's his name? Childish Gambino. What's his real name? Donald Glover, who is absolutely amazing in that show. He is so freaking funny.
He's hilarious.
You get the best bromance I've ever seen on TV between Donald Glover's character and Danny Pudi's character, named Troy Nabed. Like you won't find a better bromance anywhere. Allison Brie is just cute as hell. She's got her little quirks, but the entire it's cheap humor.
Okay.
Sometimes it's inside jokes. Some it's just waited out. But I thought after like 2 or 3 episodes, I was locked in. I still rewatched this day.
Okay. I had to check out who Allison Brie was. I'm like, you're into her? But now I see who she is, and
this
is
she's
the cast, Gerard. I put it up. If you can't get people to laugh with this group of people, you can't.
Ken Jeong. I forgot to mention Ken Jeong.
Yeah,
I'm a big Ken Jeong fan. Like that guy is just.
All of these people are
completely
fantastic.
funny.
Ken Jeong is like peak Ken Jeong in this series.
Is Donald Glover related to Danny Glover from
I don't know. I don't think so.
From what am I thinking of? The Lethal Weapon movies?
I don't think so.
Does anybody out there know in podcast land? Donald Glover related to Danny Glover? I don't necessarily see a resemblance, but that doesn't mean he's not. So,
yeah. I don't know, man. There was a lot of really good Netflix series. It's kind of wild to think like how many came through that were like in the works that got released during COVID and like late COVID. But it was a good time.
I agree.
Series for sure.
Which the disappointing thing is now, man, there's so many series that most of them are just bad. It's like they adopted a new, instead of vetting out a series and saying, "Oh, we think this is going to be a hit. Let's put this on our lineup." It's like spray and pray. Like, how many can we get out there and see if one hits?
Yep.
You know,
they took the exact same model and they just fucking did 35 of them, and if one hits, they all make money. So,
and it's not just Netflix that does it. Prime Video does. I'd say Netflix and Prime Video are probably the two biggest offenders in that respect. Which would
I think Gerard froze.
He definitely froze. He kicked his internet cable.
Struggle's real. We start out doing this. You're like, oh shit, I gotta move these cables, but if I touch it, it's gonna fuck everything up.
I got everything pretty dialed in on mine. I'm pretty happy with it. I just wish that like I could mount it into the wall because I have the sit stand, but I wish I could have the lift portion inlaid into the wall and then brackets holding out the desk on sliders on the wall. You know, so like when I hit the up button, it goes, but it stays flush against the wall, so it gives me back that like 4 inches behind the tabletop.
I don't know how this is gonna work since Gerard's the host.
Right.
This StreamYard just kick us off, be like,
we can take
an account, get out.
Right. We can do a sidebar. I found out how to use the comment or the headline.
I did that too. Get diddled.
Yeah, there's a Instagram thing going around where maybe I'll just see if I can play it. Where did I put my? There it is. I reposted it yesterday. I thought it was the most fucking hilarious thing I've ever seen. Oh no. Anyway, it's a guy asking Siri about Diddy diddling dudes, or how many dudes did Diddy diddle? How many dudes could Diddy diddle? And Diddy could diddle this many dudes, about 1 billion dudes. And then it goes to say like Diddy's gonna get done diddled for sure, like in jail.
I haven't kept up with it. I don't even know if he's gotten caught or if he's just on the run, or
I don't know what's going on with him. I think it's kind of wild.
I just did a little bit of research into what are the accusations. I was like, oh man. So last episode or 2 episodes ago when I said free Puff Daddy, better not take that out.
I'll just put free Joe Exotic.
For some reason I couldn't watch the Tiger King. I was like, that's
unpopular opinion. It's hard to watch, dude. It's so slow, and then it just like you watch it for like an extended period of time, and you're just amazed at how slow it is, and then boom, you get like the wow factor after like, but it takes like 3 episodes to get the wow factor. So it kind of, I don't know. I can't watch it with people while I'm driving around because it's not fast enough pace.
They fall asleep driving.
Dude, I'll fall asleep. They'll fall asleep. Man, kind of crazy.
Dude, I did something really cheap a couple of weeks ago, and then again a week after that. So I won't say where I did it, but I wanted to go see Dune 2 in the movie theater.
Uh-huh.
So I bought a ticket on the Fandango app. Went to the theater. It was during the day, the weekday. And the area I went to was pretty trusting of people. They had no one checking tickets. So I just walked right in.
Uh-huh.
Actually, you're supposed to go up to the concession stand and be like, "Oh, they'll scan your ticket," but they all have line of people trying to get food. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wait. So I go into the movie theater. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking refund myself. So I got a refund. Then a couple weeks later, I was like, I want to see that Godzilla King Kong movie. So I just didn't buy a ticket. I went during the day, walked right in, no one said anything. Saw the movie for free. I still have a credit from when I saw Dune 2. So it's like if I get caught, I'm just gonna
just use
I've got to check out.
So that's funny.
Yeah. I'll probably try it again.
Dude, we used to go sneak in the back door. Like we'd have one person let like 6 people in, and like nobody ever ratted on us because it was a bunch of kids like sneaking in, and then we'd all sit close to the exit. Anyways, and we just like leave all out of the exit when we were done with the movie. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm trying to relive my childhood.
Well, apparently there's a movie theater in Huntington Beach that's like super good. It's like it's more interactive. The seats like move around and stuff while you sit.
Oh, I think it's called 4DX.
4DX?
Yeah. The seats move around. I've heard that if this can get a little weird though. If it's like a water scene, they'll spray a stream of water or mist into the air at you.
That's kind of cool. It's a Regal cinema. Okay. 4DX.
Yeah, I've also heard people say that it sucks if you're trying to eat popcorn because your seat will shake. And it's like, fuck, dude.
They got one in Aliso Viejo. All right.
I think there's a 4DX one in Newport Beach. I could be wrong, though.
Oh, they're all over California. Long Beach, Los Angeles, Corona, Costa Mesa. Okay. At Metro Point.
For 4DX?
Is there one in Newport? Newport Beach, Regal Edwards, Big Newport.
Yeah.
Wow. There's one in Temecula, too.
That's super fun.
Is it inside of like their main theater? And it's just like one of
the 4DX one, I think it's
a separate building?
Yeah. I think you have to go inside. If it's Newport Beach, I think you have to go inside the mall.
Okay, so Arthur the King, Godzilla vs. Kong, The New Empire, Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, Civil War, The First Omen, Monkey Man, Unsung Hero, Challengers, Minions, Spirited Away is in there.
I have no idea what it is.
They have the dub and the sub. And then they have the Dark Knight.
Right? Anime?
Yeah.
Or is the movie anime, or is the movie going to be a?
No, it's the animated version. It's the animated version.
I did watch when I temporarily subscribed to Netflix. I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action.
Holy fucking shit! They have Gundam Seed. Oh my! Okay, so Gerard, to catch you up on what we're doing here. So we kind of touched a couple different topics. You can see it. Both of our headlines changed. You can go and catch that when you rewatch the episode. But we're talking about the Regal 4D movie theaters. So we kind of pivoted a little
4D?
bit. So
4DX. Something's called 4DX, I think.
It's 4DX.
Yeah.
It's a movie. It's an interactive movie theater where the seats like move and water gets sprayed on you, and more stuff goes on in the theater, right? So like in the theater out by us at least. So I'm looking at the Newport Beach one and going over their like movie times and stuff, and they have a lot of stuff playing, but they're cycling in like the movie Interstellar is there.
Okay.
They're cycling in Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, that was today. Oh no, that's Wednesday night.
What is so like? What did you say? Mobile Suit Gundam Seed?
Yeah, it's an anime. It's a good anime. They have Spirited Away that's going to be in theaters, and they're doing dubbed and subbed. So like anime is typically in Japanese, but I mean they're cycling through a lot of movies, and so like right now,
Like so are you talking about like including like older movies and kind of like almost like remastering them?
Yeah. But like for example, Wednesday, April 17th and Thursday, April 18th, they're playing Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey in it, which obviously has been out for years.
Yeah, so that's an older one.
But it's a cool experience to go see. They're doing Inception. Fuck, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money on movies, man. Like Inception was fantastic, and to have it like vibrate and spray you and have a little bit more, fun. I just remember going to the California Adventures, the Disneyland park, and doing the soaring over California ride, and they like hit you with orange spray and a little bit of water here and there, and they you're in a chairlift basically that's like swinging around, and it kind of set the precedence for something like this, I think. So that would be pretty neat. I mean, I know we were talking about doing like what do you prefer? A short little 10-minute series or a movie, but when they make movies cool again, this is cool.
Yeah. You know what would be cool? Waterworld. You remember that movie?
Oh yeah. They ran it at SeaWorld. They had the show, I think, or Universal Studios.
I think I saw it at I think it was Universal Studios.
So
it was a long time ago though.
So good. It's amazing. I knew so like my aunt is really into the jet ski scene. So a lot of guys that she like used to ride jet ski with would do it. They would be like the actors for it because they have to be good at stand-up jet skis, right? And so some of them used to go down to like Fiesta Island down in San Diego quite a bit and like ride on the weekends because there's little areas for jet skis. It's a cool thing. They used to go out to Canyon Lake and all sorts of stuff. But that Waterworld episode or those shows, fucking best in-person shows that you can go see. It's so good.
Nice. Are there any here in Missouri? Not really. Oh, there's one up in St. Joe. That's the closest to Kansas
City. All the places they put one in St. Joe.
I know, right? Right?
That's fucking dumb.
Columbia makes sense because they got, Mizzou's out there.
College, yeah.
Rolla. Do you know where Rolla is? That's like
north? ?
No, it's southeast of like Springfield. So it's like out in the middle of nowhere. That's like in the middle of the forest. I go there to go camping.
That would be a cool excursion to go like camping and then pop out and see a movie.
We're going to go high tech and then go back to primitive camping. And then Joplin. Which, whatever. I guess if you want to have one in Joplin.
They have them in a bunch of states. I didn't realize this was such a big thing. I would be going to see more movies.
You know what's crazy? I just clicked to Kansas. There's one in Lawrence, one in Topeka, and two. Well, it says Wichita twice, but it looks like it's the same one. Unless they have two theaters in the same.
Warren East and West.
Oh, it does say East. Sorry, I just saw Regal Warren. I didn't even read it all the way through. Huh. So, okay. What about Nebraska? Since everything else is like 2 hours away anyway. Oh, nothing in Nebraska.
Are you close to Nebraska?
I'm about 2 hours from Omaha.
Oh.
Yeah. So not too bad. No Nebraska, no Iowa. Yeah, technically I go down to Springfield on a pretty regular basis for like team meetings. I can get to Omaha in probably a little bit less time than I can to
they have one in North Little Rock.
That's far.
Well, I mean, I thought you were driving down that area. Oh, that was when you were doing the hotel stuff though.
Yeah.
So this is really cool. This is very exciting for me.
I just watched a video of people watching Godzilla X King Kong in 40X.
Ooh.
You could lose some of your belongings. That might need. I might say they might need a seatbelt. they may get sued for whiplash. They look pretty rough. Like I'd do it.
Is it one of those things? I bet they make you sign like some disclaimers and stuff like
You
that,
probably
or
do. Okay, so I gotta do it
liability
once.
waivers. Because yeah, people that sounds like something where people could have seizures, you know. So I feel
You're definitely not gonna fall asleep during those movies.
You can turn on the features. There's a dial to turn like the water off. It looks like.
Please don't squirt in my face.
There's like a pitch and yaw for the seat. Oh my god.
I tell you what, I'm never watching a porno in that place.
That would be awesome.
I hope that was water.
Not the face.
I don't like it either way.
That's not water, bro. That's not water. Oh my god. They get smoke. You get fucking tossed around. Yeah, where do you put your popcorn?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look this up a little bit more later. 40X, Regal 40X. Go check it out. I want to. I can't believe I live in Kansas City, Missouri, and
I'm amazed there's
not that
Kansas City.
Not that Kansas City is a huge metropolitan city, but
It's a conglomerate. It is a tech hub for sure.
When the closest one is in St. Joseph, Missouri, that's weird to me. And then Joplin and Rolla. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, look up Kansas City, Missouri, and then look up Joplin, Missouri. Look up St. Joe, Missouri. Look up Rolla, Missouri. Rolla is in the middle of the Mark Twain National Forest. There might be a gas station there. Apparently, there's a Regal 40X theater there.
You can watch Dune.
Joplin, Missouri's population is 52,000.
Yeah.
That's like my apartment complex.
Somebody pulled a string there.
Probably. Whatever. Man, I want to try that, though. I totally want to check that out. I might even be willing to drive all the way the hell up to St. Joe, Missouri to check
I'd go
that
see
out.
Kung Fu Panda 4 just to experience the chair.
You come out all bruised and bloody. It was so good.
So I think that's like the moral of the podcast, really, is go to 40X.
Go to
40X theaters.
I'm going to have to check that out. That sounds very cool. So speaking of like new things, because that's pretty new, and I would definitely try that out. This is going to be completely a little bit of a left turn off of the streaming stuff and movies and whatnot. I tried foaling this past weekend. Have you ever heard of foaling?
Like folding your clothes?
No, foaling. Fowling. Foaling.
Bowling with a
a football.
Oh. Do you throw the football like bowling pins?
Yeah, so it's kind of a mix of bowling, football, and cornhole. Maybe a little bit of beer pong mixed in there. So you have two teams. So both ends has a platform with bowling pins set up like you normally would. 10 pins set up in a triangle. And one team is at one end, second team is at the other end, and you take turns throwing a football down to the other side and trying to knock the pins over. Whoever knocks all the pins over, whichever team knocks all the pins over first wins.
Okay.
And if on the first throw you knock over the 5 pin, which is specially marked, and only the 5 pin, game over, you automatically win. And they call that a bonk. Sounds kind of weird. Sounds like kind of a gimmicky thing. I will admit, I was like, going into it, I thought, this is something I'm going to like. I want to try, and I'm going to like once, but I'm probably never going to want to go again. Okay? I will fully admit that. However, I enjoyed that so much more than I realized I would. It was a great time. I would do that again. generally speaking, you're going to go with a group of people and, you can kind of go tournament style. So if you, I don't know, have 2 teams or 4 teams, but I think I have a video of it. I'm going to see if I can find a video to play for you guys. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. Can I present this? Whoa. Hang on a sec. How do I present here? Present. Share screen. Excuse me. Share that. Oh, nope. Wrong one. I'm dumb. Present. Share screen. Share screen.
You can do it.
Here we go. Pardon my ramusness. All right, so this is me. This is me throwing right here, or this is us playing. This Mikey and Lillian on the other end, by the way. So we did this for my birthday on Sunday. Boom! Because I'm so good at foaling. But yeah, so it looks weird. Looks kind of gimmicky. A lot more fun than you would expect. You just throwing the football back. Well, yeah, and you can drink while you're doing it. This place, they have a full bar, but they don't have food, so you can actually order food or bring your own food. So, like, you can order Papa John's or bring in your wings from B-Dubs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Or a crock pot. Somebody had a crock pot with, like, barbecue, those little barbecue weenies. But yeah, a ton of fun. Oh,
That-
no,
Did you say that was Lillian and Mike? That looks like Lillian and Mike.
that's Lillian and Mike, yeah. So yeah, kind of fun.
And here we go. Boom! Split.
7-10 split. Ouch. So yeah, foaling, dude. It's a ton of fun. I highly suggest it if you have a group of people that feel like doing something different. Give it a try. It might not be an every weekend kind of thing, but definitely.
That's the coolest part about Kansas City is they have a bunch of stuff like that. That's like unique, game-oriented places to eat and drink.
Yeah, I think this just came out, and I want to say probably in the last 6 months. So apparently, it's a national thing though. There are like national competitions for foaling.
I believe it.
So
Is it
I
on
don't know if
ESPN?
they're. I don't know.
On the Ocho?
I'm wondering if they're thinking it might grow kind of like pickleball did. Like, I don't know how big pickleball is in California. I would imagine it's got a decent following.
I've never done it, but it's big.
So
Yeah,
it looks fun.
I wonder how often drinks get knocked over.
I smoked Lillian's beer. So
there's one.
She had it like on that ledge right behind him.
Yep.
And I hit it so cleanly, it shot straight back and hit the wall where that Modelo sign is. By the way, there's a pool table on the other side of that railing right behind him.
So that beer really
between
flew.
that railing. And yeah, and the manager was just like, "Who hit the beer?" I'm like, "Oh, that was probably me. Sorry about that." He was like, "No, I'm not even mad because it was like the cleanest hit I've ever seen. It made a clean, straight line all the way across the pool table and just smacked the back wall."
What was the glass?
No. Only plastic cups in there for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
They do have those. I don't know if you've seen those plastic pint glasses where it's got the disc at the bottom, the magnetic disc at the bottom, and the tap to fill your beer up. They push down on it, and it fills from the bottom, so you don't get a ton of head on your beer. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but it's pretty cool. And you don't spill as much beer either if you're the guy pouring it, if you're the bartender. So, but yeah, foaling. I highly recommend trying it if you have it in your area. I think it might not be something you want to do all the time, but I think it's something you'll enjoy more than you would have anticipated.
How do you spell that? Is it FOLL?
FOWLING. Foaling.
I don't think it's out here.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how to look that up.
I'm actively looking up to buy a ticket for Gundam Seed in Newport.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to get somebody to go with me though.
Johnny isn't into
Nope.
the sports balls.
Hey man, that foaling thing looks fun, but I'm gonna go see Gundam Seed Destiny or Gundam Seed Freedom.
I do want to check out one of the theaters. That does look pretty cool. Go do foaling and then go to the movies. That'd be a good Saturday.
We don't have foaling out here.
Oh no. Well, you have Regal 40X, which is pretty cool.
$20. That's not too bad.
That's like normal. That's a normal ticket price.
We don't go to the movies that often because just to go to like the B&B theaters downtown here, for one thing, I have to have a large popcorn and the large Coke.
My man.
And I probably went to CVS on the way and got like peanut butter M&Ms to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we have 2 drinks, a large popcorn, and then 2 seats. And B&B theaters is like the really big, comfy chairs. They're awesome. Like they fully recline. They have seat heaters if you want that. Oh, dude, it's dangerous.
I don't like the mid-size recliner chair. The mid-size recliner chair that like just it reclines. It doesn't have any lumbar support, and it's not that comfortable. So you like lay back, and you're like, I'm laying back, but it's not what I imagined it would be.
Oh no, their chairs are so comfy. Like I need to make sure I don't get too comfy because I'll fall asleep.
Do they have any with couches? I've seen some with like beds
so
that you can sit on.
Their chairs they're typically in pairs, and you can lift up like the middle armrest. So it's kind of like I guess you can make it love seat style. We don't usually because I need all the cup holders for the napkins and popcorn and stuff. But they're super comfy. Like feet up, dude, so good. And then you can order beers or wine, you can order food. I usually just go for popcorn. I'm not a big drinking beer fan at the movie, but that's just me. So
yeah, I don't know. I thought it was really cool back a long time ago when all the movie theaters like didn't sell alcohol, and then like they started doing luxury movie theaters where it's like you have a bar, there's like a chess table over here, there's like a
chess table. Like you play
I don't
chess?
mind the food. I don't mind the food.
During the movie, you play chess?
No, okay. So at the Garden Walk in Anaheim, my stepdad was managing one of the hotels down there, right? And then they built another hotel, part of his like chain, built a hotel on the Garden Walk. And so he would go see movies from time to time. When I went down to visit, we'd go together. And like they had glass windows and stuff. And so you could look down and over like all the people, and you just play chess in these cool little chairs that were actually super comfortable while you have a beer waiting for your movie to, start.
Oh, okay.
And then you go in and you can order food while you're watching the movie and stuff. It was really neat. But then they all did it. And then the food got really shitty and the beers got really expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind that stuff as long as you keep it up, right? Like don't serve shitty food, and don't charge $24 for a ticket because you serve food and then serve shitty food. So
I agree.
But on that note, we have crossed the hour mark. I actually have a note for next week's first topic. I think we're going to lead off with movie theaters. and I'll come up with some more pointed questions around that. But keep that top of mind. Anybody who's out there, if there's any more than 3 viewers or subscribers, which means there's more than just us watching it, that'd be awesome. Put that in your thoughts. Movie theaters. Give us a direction to take that topic, and we'll run with it next week. On that note, we're going to sign off here for the recording. Thanks for joining us. We're recording this on Tuesday, but we're going to release it on Thursday. So tune in every Thursday. Catch our Not So Serious podcast and just kick back and relax for an hour or so with us and maybe chime in a little bit along the way.
Is that the new name? Not So Serious?
It's GAJ.
It's GAJ. It's the GAJ podcast. Very low gauge. Very low gauge. You know, the gauge doesn't go very far with us because we're not going to take this all that seriously. We're just hoping you have a little bit of fun for an hour with us, not have to take the world too seriously. But until next week, everybody, this is the GAJ podcast signing off.
Peace out.